I started off as a teenager with the Left Behind series books. And I was like, hey, I want to be on God's side. But I didn't know what that meant. So I kind of just left it at that. And he tried to get my attention throughout the years, but I just ignored him. It wasn't until I just quit my job in November that I was like, I need to refocus on myself, and that is getting back in touch with God. But then also my son wanted to start going to church. I said to my son, I was like, why don't we try Fort City? And here we are.
I would come over here for lunch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at my school, and eventually when I actually learned that church actually happened here, I told my mom, and she's like, well, we'll go every Christmas. So we started coming the Christmases of 2022, and it's been a tradition every single year until this year. She's finally like, you know what, let's start, you and me will start going on the Sundays. So we started going to Sunday, every Sunday and Sunday and Sunday.
I was baptized as a child because my family's Catholic, but we were never really practicing. We were always just the holidays. So that kind of faded, and then I became a little rebel. And then I found New Age, became a Reiki master, but I don't do it anymore. And yeah, it's like the more I was getting into my spiritual New Age journey, I started feeling like God was calling me. And I was so mixed up. I went from witchcraft to Reiki to shamanism. And about 3 years ago, I actually told my mom, I said, Mom, I think God is calling me.
Hi, my name is Isabella, and I am 9 years old. I started coming to church when I was 2 years old. The reason why I love Fort City is because I get to see my friends and listen to Bible stories. We talk about being more like Jesus, and that is why I want to be baptized. I want to give my life to Him and live for Him and obey His commands.
Melanie asked me to come to Fort City with her. And she said she's been coming here for years. I said, no, thank you. I'm not about that. You know, she asked me one day, she said, you know, if it might not be for you, but I know you'll really like the music. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And, but I said, I'll probably catch on fire walking through the door. And I came through the door with her, and I didn't catch on fire. So that was a good sign.
So the reason I wanted to get baptized is because I wanted to show myself, God, and others that I'm committed to the process of getting to know Him and creating a relationship with Him.
For me, it means when I would go under the water, it feels like my spirit is being like unlocked. It feels like nothing can hold me back from what I strive to achieve. The more I turn to God, the more life seems clear.
Then I started going to Bible study, and and then everything fell into place, and here I am, loving it. And I truly believe, and I think having the Holy Spirit in me, I'm going to be able to help more people through His power.
Sometimes I pray when I'm sad. Sometimes I pray when I'm mad. And sometimes I pray when I go to sleep at night. I just wanted to start living for Him and grow closer to Him and love Him with all my heart.
On December 20th, I made the decision to give my life fully to God. Was an eye-opening, spiritual opening for myself, being with you and Adrian and Doug and Terry. And that day I can literally say that you can call them shackles, but I was released, and I felt the presence of God. And if that voice or that feeling never came over me, which I believe I know it's the voice of God, that would not have happened. And I just want everybody to know that when you really listen and you trust in that voice, great things happen.